Can you believe this? Did he just say the resurrection isn't that big of a miracle? The whole crowd was stunned, and this girl's reaction said it all. You need to see what this student said that left everyone speechless, and how the speaker shut it down with biblical facts.
So why is it that we can't all just believe in one God, ask for forgiveness from this one God, and actually have to take this little separate thing that could or could not be true?
Okay, obviously the greatest miracle that Christ performed was rising from the dead. Jesus Christ said, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live even though he dies. And then he backed up that claim with an historical resurrection. So that's what sets Christ apart from every other major world religious leader.
And the resurrection was only witnessed by 2 women who didn't write the gospel.
Over 500 people, Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 15, which is 20 years after the fact, saw Christ risen from the dead. Not just to 2 women, to over 500 people risen from the dead.
But he didn't perform any more miracles. He was just walking around, in other words.
That's all that's recorded. You're right. He did not perform any other miracles.
I think it would be a bit vague in that sense. If wouldn't he have done something after he had risen? Wouldn't he have at least brought order back into society, done something?
No.
The Jewish Messiah supposedly is the Twelfth Imam in Shia Islam is supposed to bring order in the world once chaos. Bring back the kingdom of heaven. The idea of the second coming, wouldn't that be that he would be resurrected for a 3rd time? Not really certain of that.
All right, Jesus insisted the first time he came, it was to die. He promised to come back a 2nd time when it would be to establish universal peace, forcefully. He promised to.
Okay, well, just address even resurrecting, if it's not really that big of a miracle. And why didn't he appear all over the world? Why?
Okay.
That's I guess my major question.
I don't know.
Resurrection, you can agree that it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm still confused as to why he only appeared in the Mediterranean. Why didn't he appear in the whole world?
I do not know why he didn't get on a boat and travel to Rome. I don't know. But I can promise you that there are going to be a truckload of people in heaven who never heard the word Jesus, obviously, as I think you're alluding to. And Hebrews chapter 11 in the New Testament lists some of these people by name. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Rahab, a Gentile prostitute, obviously never heard about Christ. They were born hundreds of years before him. But in humility, they put their faith in God to the best of their ability. But why are they going to be in heaven? Not because they did more good than evil. They're going to be in heaven because of God's grace, his forgiveness, his generous love. They're going to be in heaven because Christ died on a cross for their sin.
This is why the resurrection matters. It wasn't just a story. It was witnessed, recorded, and it changed the course of history. You can argue all day, but Jesus rose from the dead, and whether you accept it or not, it demands a response. So let me ask you, what are you going to do with Jesus? Follow for more videos like this. Jesus is King. Type Amen if you agree.